Hello everybody, this is Phil. It's been a while since I've been on video or done a video. I've been very busy at work, probably working 65 hours a week. And I work with a bunch of good guys and I try to help them out the best I can in a pseudo medical field, establishment, or atmosphere. And I was thinking about a lot of the news lately about transgenderism and the different agendas that are basically psychological operations of the globalists and all these social justice warriors. They might have planned some 50, 60 years ago to destroy America by all kinds of different means, one of which was the use of heavy narcotics, perhaps heroin in the 60s and 70s, and then crack in the 80s and 90s. Both of them still exist, and heroin is coming across the border, which is another agenda why Democrats don't give a shit. So that more and more people become addicted, more and more people become somewhat addicted also to the government for help and assistance, where basically the government is hired as the second parental unit in someone's life. And that is why the Democrats basically promote anything to help a social justice cause, fad, or whim. And they want to basically have so much strife, whether it is becoming obese because of a bad food, whether it is alcoholism, whether it is the import of illegal narcotics. As long as you get worse and your psychology is that you are less aware of what's going on around you, the government will seize on that. So it's basically pretty evil agendas, whether it's narcotics, an addiction craze, making you a welfare addict. It's basically a cause in itself to make the populace brainwashed and believe the government will save everything. And so when it comes to transgenderism and all these different alleged sexualities, there's only two sexes. Okay, it's a major psychological operation where one, the Christian and the constitutionalist cannot voice an opinion, and two, it drives a wedge between them and the raising in such society a normal, homogeneous family. I mean homogeneous as in mother and father. I don't care about mixed races. Mixed races, more power to you. So, when I'm studying psychology and I'm studying sociology, I'm quite aware that there's only a mom that gives birth, and there was a dad that impregnated that woman, that mom, that mother, that lady, that woman. Okay? And the best way to raise a child is with that parental unit. One mother doing especially the nurturing, and the father protecting them, which is the nature part of that relationship. And then when the child starts to come to his or her own, that person will learn more about the world, especially with the father that protected them. And the father will teach right and wrong. Safety and harm. What are the differences? How you have a good job and provide for yourself. Food, shelter, water. Okay? And especially the companionship of the opposite sex. Okay, that's true for a girl or a boy. They will usually learn a lot of that by the male figure in any family. If it is an upstanding man in that relationship, the father, the boy will look at him basically on how he treats his mother and say, okay, I understand. And my mother I will look at as basically someone different than me, but I want a woman in my life in the future that has the same character traits as my mother. And if you are a daughter, you are looking at that father as a provider, as someone she will aspire to meet eventually, that will also protect her and provide for her. And do it all over again, and she will have children with that father-like figure and raise another loving and caring family. Many cues with that daughter will be learned on how the mother treats her father. And she will emulate her mother and how the mother treats her father. So that's basically how women become women and men become men. So if you look at the psychological operation, it's basically to destabilize the whole family dynamic in that psychology, in that structure of the family, and how that family will deal with other families in a normal society. So when it comes to transgenderism, what do you have there? Name a lot of people, or name many people, that basically had no mom or dad, were raised in a foster home, and they actually knew how to raise a new family on their own. I'm not saying they might have grown up as criminals or bad, but it is very difficult. And so that's what the social justice warriors are trying to do. They're not trying to protect transgendered people who have a dysmorphia outlook on their own psychology. Okay? They are basically trying to destroy the family and say a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. Okay? And there's absolutely no way that a society that embraces that without helping that transgender would survive.